Hello, hello, everybody. How's it going? You all having a good Sunday? And we're live. Sweet. Awesome. The one thing I did forget to post it onto Instagram, but that's okay. It's getting really late, and I was like, I just gotta go live as soon as possible. But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another evening with Eskel. Thanks for tuning in. It's good to see you all. We already got Taylor, Smitty, Sally. How you guys doing? Hope you're all having a great Sunday. Today was a pretty epic day. I had a lot of fun today. It was fun. I have been posting on Instagram. I'm still trying to put together a little video, but I got to go out on the water and went jet skiing today. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I even brought my phone with me, though, so that was a little bit risky. I was literally driving the jet ski while holding my phone, trying to get some good footage and take some cool pictures. Oh, it was awesome. The adrenaline felt so good, you guys. I knew I should have come back sooner and started my live so it wouldn't get so late, but I was having a ton of fun. So I just let myself have it today. It was cool. But I'm excited for today. I have been kind of like rediscussing a lot of the things we talked about last week. It was kind of funny. We talked a little bit about like the theory of Satan himself, and I've been like talking to a lot of people about it. And at one point, I was like talking about the like who likes Satan himself. And it was really interesting to hear people were talking about how like we were comparing like who are the ones that are like I don't know, like you would consider that love Satan himself. Because my first initial thought wasn't like, oh, Christians probably don't love Satan because he's the one that will torture them in the next life if they do bad or something, right? But then I was like, wait a minute. Christians probably do love Satan because their example is Christ, and Christ always talks about how he loves everybody. So I was like, I think Christ had to love Satan, right? Sorry, I don't know. Would saying have to be the right terminology? I don't know on that one because I don't want to make it sound like he was like forced to or anything. Oh, not again. So I got to check my Wi-Fi. I don't know why I think that the speed that I'm talking is what's affecting it to make it like not connect and not have the best connection, even though that has nothing to do with it. It all has to do with the connection to Wi-Fi. I think in this room, maybe. I like doing it in this room because it looks really cool. It's like got a nice setting and stuff. Looks very professional, but the connection apparently just not cutting it, man. We're going to have to try to find another place, but it should be cool. Right? Christians are supposed to love everyone. Right, exactly. That's what I was saying. But then it goes back to that. Like, did Christ have to love everybody? Like, do Christians have to love everyone? Is it like well, it's different to say Christians. Because, Christians are just people. They make mistakes. Maybe they're encouraged to love people, but they don't have to, right? That's a part of the learning process. But Christ himself, I want to have like a deep discussion with someone that like really considers themselves a Christian and like feels like they understand Christianity really well, because what would their thoughts be? Like any fellow Christians out there, what are your thoughts on the fact that was Christ required? Like almost like, did he have to do what he did? Or did he do it out of his own free will? Isn't that interesting? Because it's like all of us regular people that aren't Christ, right? We come to this world and we can do whatever we want. We get free agency to see if we're going to sin or be good or whatever. Did Christ himself have that same free agency and choose to like die for everybody? Or was his destiny pre-planned? Because this can go two ways. This is sorry, I don't know if this is interesting to you guys, but I found it very interesting when talking to people about it. Because not only do people have very strong opinions on this, but I feel like almost no matter which way you go about it, it doesn't fully make sense, right? So hear me out here. I feel like it can go two ways, because if Christ himself had free agency, then he was, it was like his Christ-like act, of being a good person coming to this world and saving us all, and him making that sacrifice for us and choosing to do that, then that would be his choice. He's making the conscious decision to do that. But then that would mean that he could have chosen not to, and then all of our salvation, the world's salvation supposedly would have all been, I don't want to say duped, I guess. I'm trying to still be respectful here, but it seems like he had to. Like, this entire world's plan, is vital to Christ's part in saving all of mankind. So it seems like it's being described a little bit as it must be done. It had to happen, right? Otherwise, Christianity wouldn't have its role at all. And then, the whole aspect of being forgiven for sins, free agency, all of that, I feel like would just debunk. So then that would have to mean, to some extent, it doesn't have to mean this, but it seems like Christ was almost forced to do what he did, right? But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I just thought that was very interesting. I've been having quite a few interesting discussions this week, and I've been writing notes down because I was shocked at what came out of these conversations, you guys. Literally, I was listening to people. These two people were just talking about water, and I was like, this has got to be the most boring conversation on the planet. What could you possibly be talking about with water to make it interesting? And I was like eavesdropping, listening in, and I actually started getting interested in it. And I was like, whoa, what, like, how did they come up with that? What do they mean by that? And then I jumped into the conversation, and they were talking about, I don't know what podcast they heard it from, but someone had mentioned that water is basically dinosaur urine. Not quite in those ways, but every drop of water on the planet, in essence, would have been filtered through a dinosaur because of how many millions of years dinosaurs have been on the planet. And I was like, whoa, I've never thought of that before. Like, all the water would have been cycled, and even very likely that a large portion of the water today has been consumed by someone throughout history, probably one of your own ancestors. And then it went through them, and then it evaporated and went through the whole water cycle, and it went back into the rivers and into the lakes, and then you go and drink it. We're all just drinking recycled water. It's so weird when you think of it that way. Oh man, I don't know. Having these conversations is always so much fun. People come up with the craziest things though, I don't know if people just have all the time in the world. I feel like time is so limited. Last week it was really fun talking about the importance of sleep. I was shocked how much of our lives is dedicated towards sleep. I don't remember the exact number. I wrote it down last time, but it's like 20 something years. If you live to be like 85 or 90 years old, then like 26, I think it was 26 or 27 years of your life is spent sleeping, you guys. That's crazy. Anyways, let's read some comments here. Hope you're all having a great Sunday. Let's see. Summer's almost over though, you guys. So if any of you guys haven't been out on the water yet, you gotta go do it. I was so excited to get out there today. Jet skiing is just something else, man. So much fun. Whoa. I see different comments on my phone versus my computer. That's interesting. But anyways, what is up? Welcome, Taylor, Sally, Soraya. Thank you guys for commenting. I know it's super late. It's probably gonna be a really short live today, but you guys are troopers, sticking it out. My opinion, he was perfect, so he accepted and loved everyone, including those who persecuted him, because he was perfect. Okay, so does that mean then, if he was perfect and he couldn't sin, that would fall into the line of, maybe not saying he was forced to do everything that he did, but he did have to do everything that he did, right? Because he was perfect, so in essence, he couldn't sin, right? So I don't know if I would necessarily consider that free agency, right? Because he was predestined, and designed to 100% be perfect and not make any mistakes. So he couldn't make any mistakes, right? So I think that would, if my understanding is right, he would, that by that theory, he would fall into that category, that he had to come to this earth and do the things that he did. He didn't necessarily have, like, he didn't come here with options and different, like the whole ability to, like, repent of our sins because of Christ's atonement was not something that he decided to do when he came here. It was predetermined, and he, in essence, had to do that when he came here, is what it sounds like. Or in Sally's opinion. Hey. It does say Jesus was sent to earth to die for our sins. Cool. Yeah. Taylor says he was obligated to. But see, if it's obligated, that seems more of like it was very much needed. I guess I would have to look up the exact definition of obligated, but maybe that could fall in the category of predestined, or like that was what he had to do as well. But then, see, doesn't that sound kind of weird? If he had to do that, then in essence, you could use the word force. Like, he was forced to do that. And yeah, you could argue that, well, he chose to before. So his free agency was pre-made before he came to the earth, maybe. And since he's technically a demigod, that probably would fly with him, He has that option, I suppose, I think. And that makes a lot of sense, but sweet. Have any of you guys had any interesting discussions with people today? Or this week? I know today's Sunday, so if you guys went to church or had any deep, meaningful conversations, I always love hearing those. Or anything, man, every time that I have a conversation with someone and my mind is just like whoa, then I try to write those down now. It's been so fun, man. Been having some very interesting conversations, especially when you go throughout the week looking for them. You're like just around your coworkers or hanging out with people, or you're eavesdropping on a conversation, and you're just like, that's very interesting. Like, I want to get in on this. I think that's something I don't know. I guess I love doing it, so I hope that it's not ever like taken as a weird thing. I weave my way into conversations all the time, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it, and I try to add to the conversation too. Sometimes I'll play devil's advocate or something to get people really thinking about whatever the topic is that they're talking about. I think it can be a lot of fun, but... updates. Let's see. Amanda's live was super short this week, but it's her birthday week, so she's really in a party vacation mode. She's flying here very soon. We're all going to do a combined live together. If she's still here on Sunday, we'll probably do a combined live on Sunday, but we're also just throughout the week going to do a combined live. So that'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So this was one of the funny instances I had this week, because I drive a lot for my job. So I love it when I just have like my AirPods in and Siri will read my text messages to me, right? And I'd gone through all of the voice settings and chose one that I thought was interesting and fun to listen to. But it makes every conversation like de-escalated by like at least 5 points, Like, you could be in a heated argument with someone. It doesn't matter what it is about. It doesn't matter how angry they are. They could be typing all the exclamation points, like frowning faces, like all caps, like they're yelling and everything. And when Siri says it to you, it just is chill and like, interpreted way nicer. So I love it. I think if you ever want to de-escalate a conversation, just have Siri translate it for you. Then the person sounds way less mean. So it's really nice. I like it. That's one thing I had happened to me today. And it was fun because I always try to not react to people, There's so many things that throughout the week can get annoying, or like someone does something dumb, or they start an argument, and it can be so easy to just get frustrated or get upset at it. But I try really hard to like not let my emotions get to me, not react to whatever happens, right? And hearing a soft, peaceful, calm voice read their angry, upsetting text helps a lot. I really like that. So that's a great tip I would use. What's up, Irina? Welcome. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Dang. Yeah, today's gonna be a very, very chill day, you guys. Man, throughout the week, I feel like I was putting a ton of notes in for this, but sometimes I try not to let it ruin the moment. I've had a lot of good times this week where I was just like, I really got to soak it in. I did get some good footage though on the water, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, go check it out. I'll be posting some cool videos jet skiing on the water. And today here in Seattle, this actually isn't a good thing. It's like very hazy and very smoky around Seattle, but it made the moon look really cool, like a super bright red. Oh, I don't know if it was the moon actually. It might have been the sun. Hmm. I don't know. But either the moon or the sun was like super duper red in the sky today because all of the haze. What do you guys think about that? All of the fires going on. I watched this video about the fires in not Hawaii, but one of the islands really close to Hawaii. And I kind of believe in the conspiracy theory of it all, that it was planned. It seems too extreme for it to be just random forest fires. But then what scares me is if that one was planned, then all the fires happening on the coast as well, those could possibly be planned as well. But who knows? Maybe some of them are random. It has been getting super hot. Literally the last 2 or 3 days, we had heat warnings here in Seattle almost every single day. So I think that's a big addition to it. But it's kind of creepy. Seems like, well, maybe it's just this part of America, but I don't know. I'm starting to believe in that global warming stuff a little bit. I don't know. I don't want it to get super hot. Every winter, though, it's like I forget about global warming, and then in the summertime, it's like, damn, we gotta do something, you know? Smitty. What's up, Smitty? Smitty says, I love being around people that can bring up any subject and have a whole conversation about it. Hearing people's different points of views and intake is so interesting to me. And I think that's just healthy. That's a healthy ability to have, because I think the natural instinct, like the survival instinct people are born with, is kind of like you have to get your point across. You have to make sure that you are protected, that you're safe. And then that generally initiates arguing or making sure that you're right in a sense. But in our day and age right now, where we're not so much in survival mode, I think it's a huge skill to be able to be presented with any idea whatsoever, whether you disagree with it, whether you absolutely hate it, or if it's something that you really don't care about, but still being able to, no matter what that conversation is, be able to talk about it like calmly and not let whatever your beliefs or emotions or attachments to that subject may be, but to not let that cause a reaction out of you. That's my thought anyway. And I feel like it's so much more enjoyable too. You can talk about really anything without having the conversation get really heated or anything like that. But I like that, Smitty. Taylor says, someone sent me a video of The Simpsons where the government is zapping the city. Yeah, that's what it made me think of. It's kind of interesting that there's a lot of cartoons that the cartoons have been created and posted and everything. And then a lot of the things that happen in that cartoon happen in real life. I watched this whole conspiracy theory about those. And, a lot of them are kind of a stretch. It could just be coincidence. But there's some of them that are like, wow, they seem too specific to be a coincidence, It's kind of interesting. But Smitty also says, like the subject where we were talking about how people out there can be living your worst nightmare. It's a crazy thought. Yeah. Well, and just not only the fact that they are living your worst nightmare, but any life or any situation or belief that someone's like discussing or life situation that they're going through, you have to remember that that is their life. That means so much to them. So even if you've never experienced, like living in an RV or living in some country or going through some being fired or some crazy experience, to them, that is their life. That's what they is at the up front of their mind, constantly like either stressing them out or they're constantly thinking about it because it's happening to them. And so sometimes it can be really hard to be like relatable or like fully understanding to someone when you've never gone through that. But to them, it's like the most important thing ever because it's exactly what they're going through right then and there. So even if it might not be your worst nightmare, but whatever it is to the person that it's happening to, you have to remember that that means so much to them. That is their precious little life, and you don't want to just disregard it or say something that seems disrespectful about it, because that can come across as like super offensive, or that you just aren't being considerate or understanding that to them it's very different than you. Which it's good both ways though, because if you're going through something stressful or something hard, it can be helpful. You would actually want someone that is not going through that same thing to possibly give you advice or to at least, share things with you that might be able to help, because when they're not stuck in it, they can kind of see it from an outside perspective. Oh boy. Yeah, next week I'm definitely going to try going live somewhere else because the connection's a little bit iffy right now. What's up, Bryce? How's it going? Welcome. Oh, okay, before we finish here. Also, I'm going to start going live on TikTok. So, go check me out over there. I'm going to do shorter version lives, but more often. And since those ones, I don't even know how to do TikTok lives on a computer. So, all of those are going to be on my phone, so I can do them anywhere. I was even debating doing a TikTok live today on the water, and I think that would have been really cool. I should have just given it a try. But yeah, I'm going to start going live on there more. So definitely go and follow me over there. We'll hopefully be able to get some interesting, we'll do some interesting lives, but also do it in some interesting places. Have some cool things to show you guys. Take you guys with me just everywhere I go. I think that'll be fun. But sweet. Awesome. Well, yeah. If we don't want to go into podcast mode here in just a little bit, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Last week my connection, I don't know if it was the Wi-Fi connection or the camera connection, but it stopped filming anything. Like it didn't show anything through the camera, and all it had was the sound from the mic. So I just had the last like 5 minutes in podcast mode, and you could only hear things and not see anything. But at least I still got to end everything last time. So that doesn't happen again. We're going to be cutting this one short and ending it here. But thanks for everyone who showed up. I know it's super late, but I appreciate you guys being here, spending some time to just join me in these lives. These are always fun to do. I've been going consistently for 79 weeks now. Next week's week 80. That's going to be cool. 20 more weeks till we get to my goal of 100 lives. That's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. Sweet. Cool. Well, thanks for joining, you guys. If you guys like these discussions, definitely like and subscribe. I'm here every week, so I'll see you guys next week. All right? Okay. Bye. Have a good one.